No, it's all their fault. You had absolutely nothing to do with it. Even though for a relationship it takes two, you weren't the one.
Stuck in the struggle trying to gain, cause I have a greater mission. I hope that you listen.
What's going on, everybody? Deacon here, and by the title of the video, yes, I am so tempted to become a panderer, because seeing how much money and how much revenue it brings in online, I mean, just seeing how people are able to just create content day in, day out, making rage bait content at that, getting them views up, getting them likes up, getting that money in, and it's insane. Even though when you look at what the definition of pander is, it doesn't sound very good, but people eat it up like they put crack in it or something like that. Because I was kind of researching and looking to see if anger can you be addicted to being angry? But it's amazing how you find something that you're upset about, and that even when people are making up hypothetical situations, they're still getting angry. And it blows my mind how this happened and watching it in real time. Like for me, I don't believe that social media within itself is bad. But of course you got bad faith actors, and because now it gives people more reach, more access, it makes them think that they have more, they're able to do more than they actually can. But I mean, hey, who am I? I'm just a random guy who inconsistently uploads on the internet. But I'm sharing this because I'm not going to do it, even though the temptation is there, because I know in the long run it won't be healthy, especially if it's something that I myself don't do. I try to do things in my life personally that brings peace, that brings happiness, and that puts me in a situation where I can look back and be proud of who I see in the mirror. But just not for myself, but that also I can be an aid, a benefit, and an encouragement to those who I love and care about as well. This is why even if I put certain topics or thoughts out on the internet, and let's say somebody says something that tried to shame me or something like that. So like, I'll give you a perfect example. In the video I did about the prize thing, no one made a comment, but I can, or at least they didn't put it publicly, but I can think of one comment where I said that, so trying to overvalue yourself. Now, of course, in a relationship, you want to feel like you're loved and appreciated, but you want reciprocity. You don't want you're more important than the other. Whether somebody bends on a knee and asks for their hand or whatever the case, all that's just people's ego. That was me thinking of me talking to my friends and not talking to how a random stranger could click on it, and they're probably like, oh, well, I wouldn't want to be his kid, or oh, I feel sorry for his daughter. He probably is okay with her on bending knee asking for her hand. I'm just like, where did I say that? But I learned when it comes to internet, people will say things that you don't say, because once you hear a certain word or a certain phrase, you will pull your own experiences into something instead of just going off of what the person said or did not say. But I say all that to say that if someone was to say to me, I feel sorry for your kids, or oh, you probably do this, blah, 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 because I know I have a great relationship with my children, someone who doesn't know me or my kids, words cannot hurt me in that regard, especially since my kids aren't worried about them because they don't even know they exist, and they won't know they exist unless I tell them, oh, hey, look what this person said or did not say or something like that. But the rage bait content, so tempting, because especially since I'm in a position, because I remember years ago, back in like 2016, 2017, a guy wanted me to make a channel going in on certain people in the Black community, because I sit at a quote unquote position to where I'm on a higher plane, or I forgot the words they used, but being a married man with a woman who we actually want to be committed to one another, it would give me a high ground to be able to have authority to speak on certain things. But he wanted me to do it in a way where I'm talking down instead of talking in a way to uplift or to tell people like, hey, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. And that's generally the route I try to take when it comes to making content like this, and letting people know, like, listen, I'm able to do these things. You can do this stuff too. But I don't know what it is. People just like being upset. People like being angry. People like having these hypothetical situations. And even in those, they're just not happy. And to be able to feed and to cater to that would make me a lot of money. It would. Because I watch other people and how they do it. And even when you have people in the comments who say, oh man, y'all don't ever get tired of talking about this? No. Because it's one of the few things that no matter whatever else you do in your life, you can't get this one. You can't put a pin on this one. You can't successfully succeed in this one because there's too many variables. When it comes to getting a job, getting your degree, getting your own business, there are proven steps that you can follow that even with a business or unexpected things can happen, but they all have lights at the end of their respective tunnels. But when it comes to things like relationships, because people are either not moving by seeing people fail at it, or people are just saying to themselves like, well, I'm not gonna do this unless somebody does that. There's a lot of this talk going on of expectation when they themselves can't even do it. It feeds this cycle that just keeps going around and around and around of people saying things for either attention, for currency, both, or just because of, like I said before, fear. Because if it was something that more people they talked about succeeded at, they won't worry about it so much. Because it's just like, oh, I just got to do this, 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 and this. Oh, it's going to take work. Oh, it's not going to be easy. But because it requires consistency. I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole right now about relationships, because even though that's my lane, not in this one. I'm just saying the pandering is tempting. I've seen men do it. I've seen women do it. I still see them do it with the rage bait content right now is the thing. But just with the you are great, the other person's terrible, it's so tempting because it's so easy to do. Because when you see people frustrated and you want to be able to uplift them and let them know like, no, it's all their fault. You had absolutely nothing to do with it. Even though for a relationship it takes two, you weren't the one. Well, I'll be really good at this, really good at this. Anyway, that's it. So, as always, be wise. And until I see you all next time, have a great day.